Hello, learners. Welcome to your Learning Hub, the Learning Loop. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you for dropping by. I'm Swati Sharma, and this is the seventh video of my beginner friendly Python course series. And in today's video, we will be going over variables. We will cover what is a variable, how to declare the variables in Python, and what are the rules when you are naming a variable. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's first understand what is a variable. Variable is just a name that stores a value in your program. Think of it as a roll number in a classroom. Let's say I call roll number 12, and there would be one specific student who would respond to this roll number 12. Now, that roll number 12 is a variable name, and the student who responds to it would be like a value stored into it or a value assigned to that particular variable name. In Python, we do the same thing. We give values a name so that we can reuse them easily. Now, let's understand how we can assign a value to a variable or how we can store a value in a variable and how that behaves, how we can reuse them. Let's first understand how to declare a variable. So, we declare a variable using assignment operator. That would be an equal to sign. For example, I want to assign, let's say, variable name x, and I want to assign a value, let's say 10. So x is my variable name and 10 is my value, and this is an assignment operator which will assign x the value of 10. So anything that's on the left side of your assignment operator would be a variable name, and anything that's on the right side of the assignment operator would be your value that's stored into it. Now let's run it. And you can see in the variable explorer on your right side, we can see the value 10 and the name column says x. We will also go over type and size and everything, but right now let's focus on the name and the value tab, and it shows what value has been stored in the memory, and you can see that the variable name is x and the value stored is 10. Let's say same way as I declare y, assignment operators as equal to, and let's say 2. Now, y has been assigned a value of 2. Yet not, I have not run it. So in order to run it, I'll go here and as the cursor is here. And as you know, either you can run the selection using this run option where you can kind of see a I symbol, or you can run the code on the current line. So I will just run it. Now let's say z is equal to x plus y. Right? I'm just adding these two variables. And if I run it, you would see the z or z has been assigned a value of 12. So what it did, it took the value or value stored in the x 10, and it took the value stored in y, added them, and stored the value 12 in the variable z. Obviously, z is also a variable and assignment operator, and what value I'm assigning, I'm saying it just add the variable x and the variable y, and whatever value I got after adding them has been stored as 12. Now you can see the value using print command. So for print, everything should be in small caps, and after print you will just give the brackets, and if you are typing or a string or a text, it should be in quotes. But if you are printing or printing some variable, it should be without the quotes. So because z is actually a variable, I will say print, and I'll start the brackets and put z into it, and I'll hit run it, and you can see here it's print the value of my variable z, that's 12. Now let's talk about the rules that we need to follow when we are naming a variable. In Python, there are certain set of rules that you need to follow that when you are actually declaring a variable or naming a variable. So the first one would be that variables are case sensitive. So let's take an example. Let's say I declare age with everything in small caps. And I say 10. And then I declare another variable age with A in upper cap and or in uppercase, and I say 20. And once if I run it, you can see in the variable explorer that we have two variables, not one variable, but the two variables. The age with all the letters in small case has the value 10, and the age with A in uppercase has value 20. So these both are different. So variable names are case sensitive, so make sure when you are declaring them, you keep the case same everywhere. If you have declared everything in small caps, the variable name should follow the same case everywhere. The next naming rule is that variable name cannot start with a number. So 123 age is not a good variable name. The variable name can only start with an alphabet or an underscore. And the next one is that variable names can only contain letters, numbers, and underscore. It cannot have any other special character or spaces when you are declaring the variable names. So, if you're declaring Swati space Sharma is not a good variable name. Instead, you should declare Swati underscore Sharma. That's a good variable name. And obviously, you cannot use any special characters other than underscore, and you can also not use the space when you are naming the variable names. And the next rule and the last rule would be that you cannot use the reserved keywords when you are naming a variable. The reserved keywords would be like if, else, for. These are the main commands that we are going to use in the Python. So you cannot use these reserved keywords when you are naming a variable. I'll also share some best practices when you are naming a variable. The first one would be try and use a descriptive name, which is giving some description on what this variable name is about, rather than using one word like A is equal to B, or A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Rather than you can say num1, num2, or number1, number2, something like that. And the second is that you try and use the snake case. That is also another one of the best practices, that you use the snake case, where you try and you have everything in the lowercase and you separate the words using the underscore. For example, you say username. So when you are declaring this variable name, have user underscore name. Separate the words using the underscore. All right, let's quickly recap what we have learned today. Now you are aware what is a variable, you know how to declare a variable, and you are also aware of the rules when you are naming a variable. Along with that, we also cover some best practices when you are declaring or naming a variable. From this week, I'll start something new, which is exercise of the week. By the end of every video, I will post a question or give you a coding problem to go back and solve. For this week, I have a question for you guys, and I want you guys to actually comment the correct answer below in the comments. So, you have to tell me which one of these options that are shown on the screen is not a correct variable name as per the naming rules of the variables. If you know the answer, go ahead and comment the correct option in the comment box. Before we wrap up, I would also like to go over what I would be covering in my next upcoming videos. From the very next video, we will start going over data types. And the very first data type that I'm going to cover in my next video would be numeric data types. And once we have learned about numeric data types, we will go over uh, text or string and a Boolean data type. And once we have covered that, in the next video, we would be covering sequence data types. That's it for today, guys. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And for daily tips on Python, machine learning, or AI, you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in next video. Till then, happy coding.